Hi Libras, how are you, my friends? So this is your March reading, but before I go into the tarot portion of it, I'm just going to tell you two things that are happening in the astrology this month. So one is Mercury going direct on March 10th, and the second one is Saturn changing signs and moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. Now, what does that mean, you would ask? So Mercury going direct on March 10th is just making it a little easier and lighter, and communication are getting a little bit more effortless and not as confusing. Things are not as foggy as before, and just like things are starting to finally moving forward, whereas before it's like a lot of delayed, a lot of like stuff was just like, yeah, well, maybe, you know, like that, like a little bit of a limbo situation. But also the other thing to note with that is that Mercury has a shadow phase, and it lasts for about a week or two after it goes direct. So I would say that really all throughout March, still kind of like be careful, give yourself extra time, you know, don't assume things, clarify things, double check your spelling, double check your emails, and you know, if there's some communication and messages that you've been waiting for, you know, check your spam, check you know, make sure that you don't send the message to the wrong person. Also with if you are driving, if you have a license, really double check your expiration date on it too, because sometimes we forget about those things. But if you live in the United States, you know, AAA can really get you the renewal right there, so you don't have to go to the Department of Vehicles or whatever. In any case, now Saturn moving into Aquarius, it's a little bit more of a long-term, in a slow build up of effect. So what I mean by that is that Saturn stays in a sign about 2.5 years at a time. And I know for me, the biggest effect that I feel is like when it moves into the sign and when it leaves the sign. So it's like that first and last degree of the sign. And I say that is because it's almost like it gives you, when it moves in, it's like, oh, hello, I'm here, you know, so it's like makes itself known. And then when it leaves, it gives it that final test of, you know, have you learned the lessons that I was here to teach you? Because Saturn is a planet of responsibility and of kind of heavy burdens. It doesn't take anything lightly or for granted. So it really makes us work for everything we do or for everything we want. So whatever sign it moves into or whatever house it moves into, it kind of almost delays or slows down the progress of that house, just because he wants us to make sure that that is what we really want, and then we're ready for the lessons and we're ready for the responsibility that comes with that house. So I would definitely check where Aquarius sits in your house, in your chart, and see, and that's you'll know that those are kind of the lessons that you'll need to learn during this transit. But let's move into your tarot portion. So while I was shuffling, some of the cards flew out, so I'm just gonna, you know, go with them. But I like to see so far we have a Knight of Cups and a Knight of Wands. So again, movement forward. There's definitely going to be movement forward, movement in a certain direction. But let's just like pull all the rest. Oh wow, definitely ending of certain cycles and beginning of the new one. And I think it's like the 21st, right on, like, wow. Right on March 21st, I feel like that's the new for you guys, Libras. For you, that Saturn moving signs is going to be a really big shift in your life, and you really feel it, more so than I think any other sign so far. And I'm not sure why, but again, because like all you guys Libras, and I'm doing this just for the sun sign. So when you do your natal chart, you do it, you know, the houses are built based on your rising sign. So your rising sign might be different than your sun sign. So, you know, take that as resonates with you. But for you guys, so a lot of you Libras might have Aquarius is sitting in different signs. So I would definitely check that. But again, regardless of the fact, I think for you this is going to be a really, really important event that will happen and will start shifting things for you. And I can see this because there's a Knight of Wands here. It's like, again, moving fast. It's like finally speeding up, finally just moving forward. So it's like Knight of Cups. So we're starting the month with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel this is more about a relationship. So it's like, or it's like, could be an offer, a job offer, where it's, if you guys are partnered, I feel there's going to be an offer for something really, really stable. It's almost like as if you're dating, this is going to be being more in a committed relationship. So it's like really finally getting from the phase of like we're just dating to like we're together and being official, like becoming official during this month, or even moving in together. The other thing too, this can mean it can really bring a job offer into your life that is really, really bring a lot of abundance into your life. But I really feel like the way these look at each other, it's almost like this guy is offering a cup and then she's offering her pentacle. So it's like it's that joining of earth and water signs. So it's just like this combination of being emotionally and physically grounded, you know. So for you guys, it's almost like this period of really being grounded and really stabilizing your feelings and really kind of being in alignment with your emotional plane, with your physical plane. So it's like what you want is finally being manifested in the real world. And I see that by the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it's like can bring finally to fruition things that you've been working on, or kind of telling you, hold on a second, there's still a little bit more to work on before it finally happens. But seeing the Knight of Wands follow this, it's like it's really, I feel it's finally like coming to fruition. It's finally things that you've been working on. It's like that alignment that I was talking about here earlier. It's really finally playing out and manifesting itself because you've done the work, because you've done really that emotional work in order to align your feelings, your inner world with the outer, and then really bringing it from that just internal level into the outside world, you know. And once you do that, it's like things are just going to speed up. But one thing I do have to say with the Knight of Wands here is that he can be really rushed and really impatient and just really exuberant at times. So kind of really watch out for excesses during the middle part of the month, before like that 21st of the month. So, you know, like things might seem like really moving really fast and you're like really getting really excited, then there might be a chance for you to like I won't say screw up, but like make a mistake just because you're like overly underestimated something, you know. So again, just don't rush into something just quite yet, because really after the 21st, that's when really things have started to shift and align, and really like, and old cycles are ending and new cycles are beginning, and things are just like, you know, repositioning themselves, so then you can start fresh, you can start new. But then this kind of throws me off, the Queen of Wands in reverse. So let me clarify. It's funny because I saw this shuffling. So what I was saying here earlier, like really don't rush into something because things are still aligning. And I think the reason for that is that it's like you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you don't want to start something new that you really don't want, that you don't have the support of other people. Because I feel like the Queen of Wands here can be like too stubborn sometimes, can be too focused on her own needs versus the needs of other people and the needs of the community. So it's like, and I think that kind of leads to the, or speaks of the nature of Aquarius. So Saturn going into Aquarius. Aquarius is bigger than like it's about the community, it's about the universe, it's about you know, like global things. So it's almost taking us from a place of like thinking just about our immediate needs to the needs of the universe, to the needs of the environment, to the needs of people around us on a global scale, not just like just right here, you know, like right next to me. So I think this is kind of what this is about. So it's like really aligning you with something bigger and something greater. So it's like, this is where I said don't rush, because you don't want to be like moving into a direction of just too narrow, versus it could be like much more than that, you know. So pay attention to that. But I'll pull one oracle card as a message, an overall message for you for the month of March. But I do see a lot of movement anyway for you. A lot of movement. A lot of changes too. Okay. So let's see. Protection. Warrior safety, acts of kindness. I feel like, you know, like this guy, he is a warrior. He is moving forward. And I look at the colors too. It's almost like the same. It's like a lot of this orangey, a lot of this red. So to me, it's more, it's like, how can you be, like, it's almost like really going back to this, where it's like, you know, the needs of others. So putting other people's needs before us, you know, like, are you ready to do that or not? Are you ready to even look beyond what's just in front of you, and like look beyond just like further and into the global scheme, of the global like view of things, you know. But also too, like, I was just, you know, the message that I got looking at this 10 of Cups is that your immediate family, there might be some discord. I feel like maybe you moving into this new direction, like ending certain things, might require you to end, or to kind of like readdress or address certain patterns and certain actions, a certain way of being with your family, within the family unit, within your community, and within your you know, extended family as well. So, and I think this is where that not rushing in is really, really helpful, and having that alignment of your needs with the needs of others, and where do you stand in, like, in that situation? Where do you, you know, what boundaries do you have, and, you know, how far can you go with this? So Libras, I'll leave you with that. I know it's a little confusing at the end, but I assure you will all get cleared out, and you'll know exactly what this is about by the end of the month. So if this resonated with you, and if you liked the message or liked the video, please like and share. Now, if you have a comment, please leave one in the comment box below. Also, if you want to know what's the next month has in store for you, subscribe to my channel and you'll get notification when the next video is up. But in the meantime, I will say goodbye, and I will see you in April. Okay, bye.